What's up, everybody? So it's my first time doing a motovlog, and figure I just do a quick video about what got me into wanting to ride motorcycles. I just blew that stop sign. Alright, what got me interested in motorcycles? So, first time I ever saw, first thing that got me hooked. That was the bait, I guess, if you're talking about baiting the hook. My first got cable when I was a kid in the 80s, and turned on the TV one day, and there was a race on. They were riding through a city. Seemed like a city. It was cool. It was like concrete walls on the other side, huge, loud sport bikes. Before then I really only seen cruisers in Georgia, where I grew up, and these bikes were just doing crazy speeds through the city with these walls, protecting them. And then toward the end, I see this guy on his bike basically wheeling the entire track. I mean, not through every turn, but every straightaway he was on one wheel. Every straightaway he was on one wheel, and it was just insane. I couldn't believe that a human being could do that. Because then, shortly thereafter, my uncle bought a Honda, I want to say it was like a 1300 cruiser. That was his first motorcycle. And he got my cousin one of those leany scooters. Honda actually had one back in the day. They sold the engine to a chassis manufacturer and made a leany scooter, a three-wheel scooter that could lean. Get it on this on-ramp. Alright, and so my uncle had this cruiser. He was crazy. He's a truck driver, still is. So he had free time, between when he would go on his runs. We would spend the night over there, and one summer, that same summer, my uncle put me on the back of his cruiser. Oh man, it was amazing. It was amazing. I was terrified and excited at the same time. The helmet he put on me, that thing barely fit. And all we did was ride through the neighborhood, and I just remember every hill, every turn, every lean. I still remember that to this day. And I was just hooked, man, and I wanted to have that feeling. But when you're a kid, I may have been 8. I mean, I was so young. Stuff happens when you're a kid. Your dreams and your wishes and your wants change, and you kind of forget about some things, especially when you go through. I'll go right here. When you go through some stuff, I went through some family stuff. Parents got divorced. We split up, and I kind of let that go for a while. The dream of riding motorcycles and racing motorcycles. And then my friend, before that, actually, in a senior year, I caught a glimpse of what, again, didn't understand it, they didn't really show much of that here in the States, but motorcycle racing, overseas. But every once in a while I'll catch a race, AMA, a World Superbike. And then I saw this guy, born the same year I was, so we're exactly the same age, and I'm kind of showing my age now. But I saw Valentino Rossi race in a 125, and I was like, I forgot about that. I want to get back. I want to do that. I want to get on two wheels, see what that feels like. Maybe even race if I can, but if not, who cares? Just ride around on two wheels. It's got to be awesome. And I've hooked on MotoGP ever since that. I've been watching MotoGP since my senior year in high school. And my best friend got a bike. I actually knew more about his bike. He had a 1999 Yamaha YZF 600R. Cut this corner in a little bit, cut it tight, and I was hooked. And I got my license last year. As soon as I had an opportunity, I was able to do that. I kind of fell into place, but yeah, I got my license and I've been hooked ever since. This is my second bike, my 2016 Harley Roadster. It's yeah, man, like I say, if you have a passion, I mean, for me it was motorcycles. I'm biased. I feel like everybody should at least get their motorcycle license, ride once, make you a better driver. But just seriously, if you have a passion, don't forget it. Remember that passion. Make it part of your daily life. Make it part of your daily ambition. Write it down. Keep a journal. Something. Keep your passions. I know sometimes when you're a kid, as you grow up, you think those childish ambitions are just that childish, and you put them to the side, and you don't follow your dream, or it might be something so crazy that you really, somewhere along the line, as you grow up, you don't realize that there is a real path that you can take with that dream. There might be something you can actually do with it, but you kind of forget about it because everybody wants you to be realistic, and they want you to grow up. And I don't know, man. I tell my kids the same thing. Like, if with my own kids, I tell them, like, you gotta keep your passions. Keep your passions. If there's something you're passionate about, don't forget what it is, at the very least, because you never know when you're gonna have an opportunity to fulfill it. And what you don't want is to wait till your life is half over before you experience it. Even if it's just a hobby, even if it's just, I don't know, even if it's just a hobby. Like, it could be drawing comic books. Like, my oldest is into comic books and he likes to draw, and I'm like, don't stop drawing. Keep drawing. Focus on the other stuff too, but keep drawing. You never know. Even if you do it for fun, at least you're still doing it, and that's what's important. It makes you happy. It makes you fulfilled. It makes going to crappy jobs way more bearable, that's for sure. So, anyway, that's all I got to say. My first motovlog in the can. If you're watching this, smash that like button, subscribe. I'm going to keep posting videos. I do have a regular job on top of this, and 2 kids, one in high school, one in middle school, and I'm married, and so the regularity of my posting will depend on how much filming I do for now. But you never know, man. If you guys, I don't know, if this is something that you guys like watching me sit in traffic and waste a whole bunch of gas for a stop sign, but if you watch more of my videos, you like what I say, definitely subscribe, and that might turn into something more. If not, I'm still gonna do it for fun. So and last but not least, I'm gonna give a shout out. I'm gonna shout out some of the motovloggers. I didn't even know this was a thing until I got ready to start looking at a bike, and I'm gonna do them in the order that I caught them, because I just started looking at videos of where to getting your license, what kind of bike I should get, and I stumbled across this whole YouTube thing. I'm busy. I'm on YouTube like that. Stumbled across these motovloggers. Was like, hey, these guys are pretty cool. Yeah, some of them are pretty interesting. So I'm gonna give a shout out to motovloggers that kind of inspired me. If you have not subscribed to some of these vloggers, please subscribe to them. I'm gonna shout out Yemi Noob. He was actually the first one that I saw. He's the first motovlogger I watched. He's not riding now, but please at least check out his old videos. Some of them are hilarious. He's got a great sense of humor. But yeah, shout out to Yemi New, and that's it. Motovlog in the can.